Hello everyone, welcome back. I really missed you guys. So, today our lesson is going to be about the checkpoint. Do you remember the checkpoint classes in the lesson we took? Okay, so in every lesson I gave you like a rule. We talked about apostrophe, we talked about semicolon, we talked about the colon, and also we talked about the figurative language. So what I want you to do right now is to reopen your book, your notebook, or your copybook. To reopen your copybook, search for it. Okay, I know some of you they may lost it. So search for your copybook. Open on the figurative language lessons and try to read it. Okay, read it again to remember the figurative language, because the next slide is about figurative language. So I want you to focus in the figurative language. So let's begin. Don't forget, read the figurative language because there are a lot of questions about the figurative language. And just to remind you, I will just put a one slide to let you remember for which purpose do we use the figurative language. So this is the why we use the figurative language, the reasons. Okay, read them to give more information, to create interest, to attract the reader attention, to generate interesting image that capture the reader imagination. Okay, so all these are the reason why do we use figurative language. And in the exam I just want you to use one, and that depends on the sentence that you find, or the figurative language phrase that the examiner asks you about. Let's continue. So this is an example from a checkpoint. Okay, so what I want you to do is to read this page. Okay, read it carefully, try to understand it. Okay, you could pause the video whenever you want, read the paragraph. Okay, and take your time in doing it. Okay, or just make it in 5 minutes. I know some of you they may finish it in 1 minute. Okay, so understand the words and the paragraphs, and try to, if you find like there is some word that you don't know its meaning, okay, so just try to search for it in the dictionary. Okay, because this is the too much important. Understanding the paragraph and the different word in the paragraph is too much important. Okay guys, so keep working on it and try to figure out all the word that you don't know. Let's go the next slide. So we have a question here. What's the first thing we do in the checkpoint exam? What the first thing? Yes, we read the text carefully and understand it. Okay, then we read the question and understand them. So don't start immediately with the question and forget to read the text, and don't forget to read the title. Okay, the title is so important. So here are some words that you may don't know its meaning. Okay, so hemisphere, which means one of two halves of the earth. Antarctica, the continent around the South Pole. Milder areas, mid-range climate areas. Waddle, to walk with short steps or move your body from one side to the other one. Predator, which is an animal that hunts, kill and eat other animals and eats other animals. Predator, an animal that hunts, kills and eats other animals. Right now we will see some pictures about the milder areas. This one We call like milder areas because it has like a mid-range climate. Okay, penguin love this kind of climate. Don't you love that kind of climate? Don't you wish to go there and swim here and here? Oh, this is Mr. Penguin here. He's waving for you guys. Wave for Mr. Penguin. Okay, so here is Mr. Penguin, and it looks like he's enjoying his time. Well done, Mr. Penguin. Okay, so right now we are gonna see also some pictures that you may face or like for words that you may face in the text. So this like species of penguin, we call them imperial penguin. Okay, and this is their child. Okay, we call them like chick. Okay, so this is the small penguin, you could say. This is how penguin like hold their eggs. Okay, and we could say this action, we could like name it like lay. And this is like type of food for like penguin, okay, which is a squid.
Guess what video we're going to watch today? Its main character is black and white.
A zebra?
No, it's a big bird.
An ostrich?
Many ostriches are black and white, that's true. But our bird is a very good swimmer, and it walks upright like a human.
I think I know. It's a penguin.
Right you are. Let's watch.
Today, you will learn about the amazing animals called penguins. Did you know that penguins are birds? Like all birds, penguins are warm-blooded, have beaks and feathers, and lay eggs. However, penguins cannot fly. Instead of wings, they have flippers, which makes them excellent swimmers.
Look how they splash and dive and float. It seems they really enjoy spending time in water.
Penguins are hunters. They hunt in the ocean, and their main food is fish. They can also eat krill, squid, and other small ocean creatures. Penguins' enemies at sea are larger predators, such as sharks, orcas, and seals.
I wonder where penguins live. Do you think we can find them in a nearby forest or a park?
Penguins live only in the southern hemisphere. Most of them live in Antarctica, which is an icy continent at the South Pole. You can also see penguins on the coasts of Africa, Australia, and South America.
Can you describe a penguin?
Of course. All penguins have black backs and white bellies.
Penguins have a thick layer of fat and tightly packed feathers, which makes it possible for them to live in very cold climates. When on the ground, they hop or waddle on their hind feet. Penguins can also lie on their stomachs and slide quickly on ice and snow.
Woohoo!
There are many types of penguins. They differ in sizes and by the black and white patterns on their heads. Some species of penguins are the little penguin, the rockhopper penguin, the Adelie penguin, the African penguin, the king penguin, and the emperor penguin.
Wow! They are all so different and so beautiful.
Usually, penguins live in huge colonies, up to several thousand animals in one place. This helps them protect themselves and their babies against predators and keep warm in low temperatures. Penguins form pairs to lay eggs and take care of the chicks. The mother penguin lays 1 or 2 eggs, and the 2 parents sit on the eggs in turns to keep them warm.
The little ones are all covered in fur. I guess it will change to feathers as they grow up.
penguins are very friendly and curious animals. They have no fear of people and eagerly approach them.
What about balls? Penguins are great. I'd like to be friends with a penguin too.
So this is the checkpoint exam paper, which is we should like here start to work more. So I believe if you read the paragraph, the text carefully, and you know right now each word in the text, you might right now know what's going on in the paragraph, and you might know the answers. So let's read the first question. So look at the information in the first paragraph. So we need to read the first paragraph again in order to know. But before reading it, let's read the question. Where do emperor penguins live? Where do they live? Do they live in South Africa? Do they live in Australia? Do they live in Galapagos Island? Do they live in Antarctica? Okay. Let's read the paragraph again, the first paragraph. Take your time, read the paragraph again, go back in the video, read the paragraph, and go back to answer the question. Yes, you are correct. Right now, you know the answer, which is Antarctica. They live in the Antarctica. Let's go back again to the second question. Give two words from the second paragraph which tell us how penguins move across the Iceland. So how do penguins move across the Iceland? How do they move? Okay, and this one is in the second paragraph they mentioned. So how do they move? Again, go back to the second paragraph, read it, okay, and try to remember how do they move? How? They waddle or slide. Do you remember the word slide on the Iceland? On the snow? Okay, so, or on the ice, I don't remember actually. So the next question which is a penguin has two special features that prevent it from getting too cold. What are the two features? Wow. So usually penguins live like in cold areas, yeah? So how do they keep themselves warm? Okay, how do they in order not to die? There are two features. Human, they would turn on a fire, while penguin, what do they do? What's the two features that they have? Go back again and read it, the paragraph, okay? Read the text, search for the word that talks about how do penguin save their lives in cold areas. Well, yes, they have a layer of fat and also they have feathers. So the feathers and the fat keep them warm, okay, and save them from cold. Let's go to the next question. Do you see how, guys, how do I find the answers? I go back to the paragraph, I read it, understand it, and then I will find the answer. So when they are talking about special features preventing from getting cold, so they are focusing on this cold. So you have to write the answer and don't write the whole paragraph, okay? Just write the features. Here the first feature here is a layer of fat. The second feature is feathers. Let's try to answer this question. It's okay if until now you are facing problems when in finding the answers. It's okay, no problem, but keep trying, guys. The next question, find one word in the third paragraph which tell us the purpose of penguins coloring. So they are asking us for which purpose there is a word in the paragraph that tells why penguin do they have colors. Okay, they have two colors, white and black, and for which purpose do they use them. Okay, so there is a word that describe that word, that describe that that feature, which is they have two colors. For which purpose do they use them? So I hope you went back in the paragraph. You could go back in the video, by the way, and in order to find the word. So let's see the word. Was it this one? Camouflage. Okay, so this word means it's like to hide from predator. Okay, so penguin use their colors to hide from predator by making it like camouflage. Let's look at the last question. Look at this sentence. They also eat krill, tiny shrimp-like animals, squid, shellfish, and octopods. Why is tiny shrimp-like animals in brackets? What's the purpose from these brackets? Do you remember, guys? We took this in the checkpoint lessons, the purpose for brackets. If you don't remember, go back to your checkpoint book in the punctuation unit. Okay, I think it's page 35. So go back there and search for the purpose if you forget, because it's important to recover that information. Okay, don't lose information, don't erase every information I gave you. So let's see what's the purpose of these brackets and how do you write the answer in the checkpoint exam. So we write it like this. We just mentioned the information. It's because it tells the meaning of the word before it. So this word krill. So this one is like a definition or explanation for the word krill. Okay, so the word between the brackets it's like essential information about the word before the brackets. So that's how you write the answers. Okay, just write one, don't write both of them. Okay, because if you wrote both of them, you're gonna consider it as a mistake. So you are allowed just to write one. Here I wrote two just in order to give you more explanation. Let's go to the next page.
So students, in the description of the video I will put a link for this quiz. So what I want you to do is like to answer the questions of the quiz, and you will do it like by this way. As I told you before, make an email with your first name, your class @gmail. Write the email here, write your name, okay, your name and the class, then try to answer the question. It's very easy. You can just like choose each answer. Okay, be careful for the question, guys. As I said before, be careful for the question. This is the first, this is the second question. Okay, very careful. Okay, good luck.